right, welcome back to the Okayest Cook Podcast. I am your host, Chris Whonsetler, and we are proudly hosted on the Okayest Podcast Network. Tune in, make sure you listen to all the fantastic podcasts on the network. They're fantastic. We are back in the kitchen, and if you haven't noticed already, we have a special guest.
Well, they wouldn't notice if they're not watching.
First time ever on the show. They should be watching because you can now watch it everywhere.
Yeah, but you can't watch it while you're driving.
You shouldn't, but you can.
Don't watch while you're driving.
This is my wife, Stephanie.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Say hi to the crowd.
Hi, crowd.
Yes, and
Welcome to our kitchen.
welcome to the kitchen. We're going to get vulnerable today.
Oh, dear.
A little vulnerable. Today we are discussing some of our kitchen accidents.
Okay.
And it is going to range from simple little things to not really major accidents. Knock on wood, we haven't really had any major accidents in the kitchen.
Something's going to happen now.
No, get serious.
For real.
But we're chatting. We're
'Cause
chatting.
We're talking about it.
Like I said, we're getting real. We're going to chit-chat about some of our not so favorite kitchen moments.
Okay.
Because we're growing and we're learning and we're sharing our experiences. And that's the point. But before we get there, let's talk notable meals of the week.
Notable meals of the week.
What have you eaten recently that's of note?
Of note? Do I go first?
Would you like me to go first?
I don't care. No, I'll go first.
Go for it.
I made a soup the other day.
That was mine.
Well, that means it was good. I thought it was one of the
Yes.
better soups that I've ever made.
This is a collaborative meal of the week because this was also
You
mine.
didn't help.
No, but I ate it.
Oh.
I experienced it, yeah.
Oh.
You don't have to make the notable meal. You just have to eat it.
Okay. Well, when
It's
you
good
said
soup.
collaborative, it made me think that you helped make it.
No, just
And
means
you
we're
did
sharing.
not.
We're sharing the same meal.
Oh, okay. Well,
No,
it was
I
the
did not
soup.
assist. I did not make this soup at all.
I don't remember what the soup is exactly called, but it was like a sausage, tortellini, kale, creamy soup.
Think Olive Garden, zuppa Toscano.
No.
How do you say it?
Zuppa
Zuppa Toscano.
Toscano.
Zuppa Toscano.
Except without,
Ish.
except instead of potatoes, it was cheese tortellini. Tasted very similar.
Very similar.
It was really good.
Mhm.
I was very proud of myself for making
Kale,
this
tortellini,
soup.
sausage, spicy sausage.
Just
Creamy
sausage.
sauce.
There was no spicy sausage
It could be
involved.
spicy to make it way better. I spiced mine up.
Well, I don't
I put
do
some
that.
extra chili flakes.
I don't do
Yes,
that.
It was good.
So, yeah, some garlic, some onion. I don't remember what else all went into that, but
It was a banger, as the young ones say.
oh my gosh, it was good. It was a delightful little meal.
The boys
I don't consider
kind
myself.
of ate it.
No, they didn't.
They touched it a little bit
None
more
of them.
than
None
than
of them
usual.
ate it. No,
Okay.
nobody ate it. It was too spicy for them.
Wow, I misremembered.
No, nobody ate it. But I don't consider myself to be even an okay cook. So
That's why we're here.
having a lovely meal with that soup was delightful.
Mhm.
I bought
It
more
is-
tortellini yesterday so that
To
I
make
could
it
make it
again?
again. Yeah.
Yes. Get that kale going.
Yeah. We still have some.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
It is.
It is that time of year. Soups are king this time of year. It is chilly. It is very chilly here in central Indiana and most of the world. But
Most of the world. That's a very big statement, and I don't know
it's
that
big
that's
and
true.
bold.
I don't know that
That's how I
true.
feel. Anyways.
Okay.
So let's get into the meat and potatoes of today's episode. No pun intended. There were no accidents in the making of this soup, were there?
No.
Not that we're aware of.
No, there were none.
But
No
but there
accidents.
have been some accidents in the past,
Okay.
if you remember correctly. Yes.
I have a couple that come to my mind, but
I'm curious to see if yours are on my list. So I've got a list here.
okay. How many are on your list?
A few. Just a few.
Just
Let's
a few.
start.
What
And
does
this
that
list
mean?
this list is going to range from, like I said earlier, the mild kind of little like whoopsies to the bigger kind of need a Band-Aid situation. So the very first
or
one,
more than a Band-Aid.
that
Uh-huh.
hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
That hasn't happened yet.
Yes, it has.
The very first one on my list is the very first meal I ever cooked for you.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember? And
I mean, maybe the very first fancy meal you ever cooked for me.
did I cook before that?
I don't know.
Hmm.
You probably cooked mac and
This
cheese
is like
or
the
something
first
before
like
that.
official date. I'm cooking.
This was a couple months into us.
I'm cooking for the girl. Like, was it
What
Valentine's Day?
Yes, it was, but I don't remember an accident being involved in this.
Well,
Probably
the
'cause you never
accident
told me.
was not doing my research.
Okay.
because
are you gonna tell them what it was?
It was chicken cordon bleu.
Yes.
And-
Oh, I know what your accident was.
And it turns out you are not a fan of half of those ingredients.
That's true.
The ham.
Mm-hmm. I do not like ham.
The
people.
Swiss cheese.
I can't eat ham. I just can't do it. Swiss cheese is not my favorite either.
But you did not let on. One bit.
No, because you made me a meal.
Yeah.
And I was head over heels that somebody made me a meal.
In the nastiest little rental house. Nastiest because it was 3 dudes living in it.
It was
not
so
because
gross.
of the wonderful landlord. My father.
Yes. Good old Dale.
Um,
No, that was a gross house. And we had to eat up in the attic because there was nowhere to eat in the house.
We didn't have a kitchen table.
There was no kitchen. There was no table. There was nothing.
Three dudes.
We ate in the attic. It was probably as
post-college.
cold as it is outside right now.
No.
Yes, it was. It was freezing.
I apologize, but it didn't turn you away.
Didn't matter, clearly. I was
but
impressed,
yes.
though, by that meal. So that's
It was
the
a
accident.
good
The
meal.
accident is that you didn't know me well
No
enough
research.
to know that I don't.
Yeah.
Have you ever made that since?
I have not, because you don't like the
I know, but there are other
ingredients.
people that you could cook for.
Yeah,
Not
I would
just
make
me.
it for myself. It turned out good. Yeah,
Okay.
I did. Yeah, I did it nice. So you flattened out the chicken,
You did.
put the ham, put
You
the
did.
Swiss, rolled it up, baked it. There were some other fancy things on top. And this was like early. Like I'd never cooked like that before.
Oh,
Like,
you
I
hadn't?
didn't make meals like that
This-
for myself
This wasn't.
at that point in my life. That was fresh and new.
No.
You inspired me.
I'm the one who started you cooking, huh? Because you wanted to impress me.
I suppose so.
Great.
Yes.
I have another one
What?
from when we were dating.
Oh, another early meal.
Do you want me to share?
This one might be on my list.
I'm sure it is.
Take it away.
Here's my kitchen accident. So I said already that I'm not even an okay cook. I don't consider myself to be an okay
You're more than
cook.
okay cook.
Well, that's very kind. Thank you. But I don't know. It was a quick, easy dinner. We were having grilled cheese and tomato soup, and I said, "No, I got it. I'm gonna cook this. You just go sit. I got it." And I made the grilled cheese and something super easy, right?
It was tasty.
Yeah. We sat down, we're eating this grilled cheese, probably watching a movie or something. And all of a sudden you look at me and you go, "There's paper in this cheese." And I said, "What are you talking about? Paper?"
I took a bite and my teeth didn't quite all the way go through.
I was like, "What are you talking about? Paper? I didn't put paper in it." And then you very kindly said something about, well, Stephanie, there's paper in between the cheese slices. Yeah. And I was clueless. I had clearly never bought cheese that was that fancy before.
Pre-sliced cheese.
Pre-sliced,
Flat cheese, as the boys call it.
flat cheese, as our children call it. But I had never bought that really before. I had never worked with that. I just always sliced my own cheese when I was growing up.
I would say that's fancier.
Just from a block of cheese, not from
Yeah, that's fancier.
yeah, it was cheaper to do it that way. So that's how I was raised. But anyway, I felt terrible. I thought, oh my gosh, I have completely messed up a grilled cheese sandwich,
We salvaged
which is
it.
supposed to be the easiest
We
thing for
salvaged
anybody
it.
to cook ever. But again, clearly it didn't matter
Didn't faze me.
because I don't remember. Did you pull all the paper off or did we just throw it away?
No. Surely we pulled the paper off.
I don't remember. I just remember being absolutely mortified, like beyond
I
mortified.
did leave early that night.
You don't know that. You don't remember that.
No, you stuck around.
I don't remember. It was, yeah. That's another one from when we were dating.
Early meals.
Early meals.
Yeah, didn't turn my way. And you've since made grilled cheese.
True love. I have made grilled cheese, and I've never made that mistake again. Never, ever made that mistake again.
But have you thought about it since then?
Oh, I think about it constantly.
Every time.
I think about it a lot. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a meal that you have not made since
I know
the
exactly
accident.
which one you're talking about.
Do you know?
Yes.
Oh, give me a hint.
Cornbread. Am I right?
It does involve cornbread.
Oh, it was awful. I forgot about that one.
Is this an early marriage or dating?
No, it was in the Yellow House.
Okay,
so
still dating.
It was still the Yellow House.
So a phenomenal meal combination. If you guys have not tried this, you need to. It is.
That's a matter of opinion.
No, it's a fact. It is a cornbread waffle with chili on top, and it is delightful.
Chris thinks it's lovely.
It is delightful.
Yeah.
The issue arose when I'm assuming not enough oil was applied to the waffle iron.
I really don't remember. I don't know how it happened. I remember being mad because I thought I did everything the right way.
We still have that exact same waffle iron, so we need to try this again. Do you want to regale the tale?
All I remember is that I was really mad because
mad is not the word. You were like beyond mad.
I was
you were irate.
livid.
Livid is the word.
I just was so mad because I tried to make a cornbread waffle, and I opened the waffle maker, and there are little shards of cornbread just everywhere. Like it didn't hold together.
It was literally just the waffle split in half.
Well, but then like all these little crumbs just started falling everywhere, and I couldn't clean the waffle iron either. Like I just remember being so mad trying to clean that thing.
And it was currently continuing to bake and burn.
Oh my gosh. I've blocked it from my memory because it was so bad.
I thought it was funny. Like I said, it was early in the relationship, so
I don't. What are our like takes on what happened? I didn't put enough oil on.
Yeah.
Like I didn't spray the iron enough.
Yeah, it just wasn't nonstick enough.
I don't know. I will never do it again. I'll never do it again.
Waffle batter.
You did it once.
Change.
I don't know. Within the past year, you made cornbread waffles.
Oh yeah, I do it a lot.
And I just was terrified the whole time.
Oh, so good. But oil the pan.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Thanks for bringing that one up.
Oh, I got a few more here on the list. So hopefully we can.
Make sure you have enough Pam at home, people.
Yeah, spray your waffle iron. Butter it up. I don't know.
But you don't always spray it, do you?
I do.
Aren't there things that you are not supposed to spray it for?
I mean, there's probably better options than spraying it with Pam, but
anyway,
we're the okayest. We're still learning here.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Thanks.
The chili.
Little cornbread chili.
We need to do that again, though.
I'm feeling angry just thinking about it. This is not good.
Like I said, it's a vulnerable episode, and it's okay to be angry.
Thank you.
But we're learning. We're learning from these mistakes,
You
and I encourage you to try it again sometime before too long.
All right,
we'll give it to the boys and see what they think. Yes, we'll give you an update. Do you have something else coming to mind, or should I move on with my list?
No, go for your list, man.
Well, the next thing on my list is 100% me, and it is so direct relationship to my last episode with Ian Grosbeck. We talked about making stock. I gave a hot tip on storing stock. This is before I got that vac sealer, and I had been storing stock in ball jars in the freezer. It did not explode in the freezer, but
oh boy,
as the listeners are aware, I tend to cook, let's say last minute, or I don't plan ahead.
Oh.
When I want a meal,
yeah,
that's when I decide I want the meal.
Yeah.
And I don't plan ahead.
Accurate.
So my meal involved stock. I forget what the meal was, but I pulled the jar of stock out of the fridge and I looked at the clock and I thought, I need to thaw this out as fast as possible. And what I resorted to was a pan on the stove with water, and I put the stock ball jar in the pan of water.
That is not a good idea.
And I turned on the oven. It was not a good idea.
No.
It would have been a better idea if somehow I could elevate the ball jar off the bottom of the stainless steel pan, touching
You think that would have been better?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Okay.
But since the ball jar was touching the metal, it got a little too hot, a little too fast, and just shattered my jar, ruining all my stock.
Bye-bye stock.
Yeah. So that was a kitchen accident. Don't thaw out your stock too fast in that method. Yeah, plan ahead. Thaw it out properly. Put it in the fridge for a day.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, glass on stoves is not ideal.
No. I wouldn't even put it frozen in the pan anyway with boiling water. No.
I wasn't thinking. Yeah, it was rushed. It was a rush job.
Even if it's not touching the pan, no. Don't do that.
Not a good idea.
No.
Anything else with fire? Yes, there. Fire / heats. One or two maybe.
Are we categorizing these by like fire accidents?
I think I'm trying to go.
Accidents.
I'm not going chronologically. I'm going kind of like minor accidents to more major. So we're kind of increasing.
Oh, okay.
Increasing
I'm
in
just
ouch
thinking of major
from here.
ones at this point.
Yeah.
But continue.
Let me go on. So
continue. I'm curious to see what you are going to say here.
Let's stick to the range top for now.
Okay.
There was an incident, I think, just involving me where
probably.
And this was back at the old house. So we had, what do you call it? Just the glass.
Yeah, it was just a glass cooktop.
Not induction, but just a glass range.
It was just a gas, or it was an electric range. Yeah, with a glass cooktop.
Yeah. So cooking on multiple burners. We had the back burner on cooking something, had the front burner on cooking something, using a spatula, stirring the front burner, toss the spatula. Again, not thinking, I don't use that little resty thing as much as I probably should.
The little rusty thing?
The rest. The little spoon holder.
The spoon rest?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
So I just put the spatula down, went about my business.
Oh, boy. I do remember this.
Doing something else.
It's funny that you remember this.
And we had a little odor pop up in the house. And it was not a pleasant odor.
No.
It did not smell like the food we were cooking. But the burning plastic caught our attention.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah, pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Not too much smoke, no flames, but we definitely lost a spatula that day.
Yeah,
and
R.I.P.
Half of it stayed on the range top.
Oh.
Thankfully, I think you were able to.
I got a lot
to
of
clean
it off.
a lot of it off.
Yeah.
But don't put spatulas. Don't put plastic spatulas on a warm range top.
Just don't use plastic spatulas.
That's probably a better idea. Yeah.
I mean,
switch to wood. Or metal if you have to. I mean, wood would not really help in this situation.
No,
it wouldn't burn quite as fast. I would say, but the wood is better for the pans. I will say, versus a metal spatula.
That's true. I have been reading about this lately.
Mm-hmm. So watch your utensils.
Just don't burn plastic.
Don't burn plastic.
It's a horrible smell and it stays in your house for days.
It was not pleasant. No. Let's hear from you. What are you thinking here? Anything involving the range top? There was one that we did together.
The range top?
On the range, yeah. And I don't remember specific details. It was a very similar situation, but...
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Say it.
Yeah, I do. When I took a hot pot, and I put it on the countertop. That one?
I forgot about that one.
Oh, that's not what you're thinking of?
No.
Yeah, so there was a day where we had just laminate countertops, nothing fancy. It was just a basic laminate countertop.
Cheap, nasty stuff.
I was overwhelmed and not thinking, or I was totally thinking about something else at the time. And I took a hot pot that had just had pasta water or something in it and set it down on the laminate countertop, and it created a permanent burn.
Oh, it burned
on the countertop. And
not quite as bad of a smell as the spatula.
No, I don't remember it being bad at all. I just remember thinking, well, there's no coming back from that one.
It's not fixable.
Like, yeah. I remember when we sold our house, I tried to you put a cutting board.
We bought a nice cutting board and just
it.
set the cutting board on top of the burn.
so that it wasn't super noticeable, but
we
it was pretty bad.
We disclosed
we did
that
tell
it was
them
burned,
about it, yeah.
But we did include the cutting board to...
so people didn't automatically see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's not what you were thinking of. What were you thinking of?
No.
Burning something?
Well, I forget the whole story, but it involved a hot burner and maybe, an empty pot or a burner that was turned on unknowingly. Maybe I flipped on the wrong burner and you had like some stuff that wasn't quite ready to cook.
I don't remember this.
It either ruined the pot or it either ruined the food in the pots. But that's all I can recall.
Oh, I don't remember.
But it was...
I really don't have any memory of this.
It was something involving me turning on the burner or not telling you that it was still on. Hot. And then you placing the vessel on the burner.
The vessel?
Yes.
I don't remember this. In the old house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because again, those glass range tops just stay piping hot for long time.
That just comes down to communication.
Well, yeah, lack of communication.
Yeah.
And we know a couple
cooks. How many accidents happen?
We know a couple cooks. They kind of thrive on that communication, two butts in the kitchen. But as I've mentioned to you listeners in the past,
not here.
No kitchen we have ever had is a two-butt kitchen.
Nope, never will be.
It's tricky.
Never will be.
But we need to grab Alex and Sonia's book, and we need to cook together sometime and experiment with it and learn to communicate in the kitchen better. That would solve a couple more of these problems.
I feel like that would be like canoeing together.
Oh, it definitely is. It's worse.
Which is like the ultimate test of marriage is, can you get in a canoe together and get to your destination and back without murdering each other?
Can you cook a meal?
Can you cook a meal
successfully?
Together? I don't know.
I'm
open to trying it.
It's tricky, but it can be done.
We're so different, you and I.
It is true.
And especially in how we cook things.
Very true.
We'll have to try it. We'll keep you posted.
We'll keep you posted. Next on the list here, let's stick on fire. You have probably never burned yourself, eh?
Oh yeah, I have.
I've got a couple
not like
scars
super badly. Oh, not to a point of a scar, but oh yeah, I've burnt myself a lot in touching. I've taken things out of the oven without an oven mitt before. Oh, no. I mean, I've like gone to touch them and realized I didn't have a pot holder or an oven mitt or something on, and I mean, just like a quick little zzz.
Oh yeah,
I've done that several times.
I've done that, but I'm too
life.
Slow, and it just it leaves nasty marks.
I've done that. Yeah, I remember that one time that you like totally burnt your arm up on your forearm.
Yeah,
from getting something out of the
oven. Stuck around for a while.
Yeah, I remember that one. And you burn yourself with like steam with pasta a lot. Steam pops up and.
I'm notorious for not using colanders, and so I just grab the pan, hold the lid on with my thumbs, and try and dump it out. Yeah. And the steam kind of gets you if you're not careful there.
Steam gets everybody.
Yeah. Use a colander.
Somebody teach me how to pour pasta water without steam getting me in the face every single time.
Use a colander.
I do use a colander, and then I like go way back to try to avoid the steam, but it just gets me every time. No, I've definitely burnt myself a lot.
Well, when we moved, I would call it an upgrade. We went from the glass top electric stove to a
gas range, yeah.
And that was more of a learning curve than I recall.
Oh.
So at the Yellow House, I had gas stove.
I don't remember that. Cool.
At the Fisher's house, we had electric. Mm-hmm. And here we've got gas again.
Yeah.
But for the first couple months we were here, I kind of forgot that.
You forgot how to use a gas stove?
I forgot there was a live fire under this pan.
You did? Okay.
And using my cast iron, I've got these cute little cast iron hot pads that just like slip over the handle. And I've definitely set both of those on fire since moving here.
Okay.
Because I leave that hot pad on the pan while it's on the stove, and it just kind of gets too hot.
Doesn't that defeat the purpose of it?
No, it keeps the lid, or it keeps the handle cool.
I know, but doesn't the pad itself get super hot while it's on there?
No, I mean when it caught fire, yeah.
When it's over fire.
Yeah, I just forgot to take it off.
So that's why I see all these fire marks on all of these things.
Well, just 2.
These burn marks,
Really?
not fire marks.
Yeah, just twice.
Okay.
What else happened with
Fire?
with fire?
There's a very recent fire incident. Is that on your list? Do you want to talk about that one, or is that one just way too vulnerable?
Are you talking about my birthday?
Yeah.
We've talked about that. So
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
We said that technically wasn't a kitchen accident. It was a backyard accident.
Okay, well, that's a question. Does kitchen accidents involve grilling outside?
That's for the audience to
Or-
decide.
So,
But,
does that mean we don't talk about that one?
It's my loophole to not talk about it right now.
You don't want to talk about that one.
We can talk.
Okay, we
can
don't have to talk about it.
Let's reference it because
There's just as much fault on me, apparently, in that one.
no fault to you.
Oh, that's kind.
No, we've discussed
Wasn't
this.
how it felt in the moment.
I told this story in the podcast. Yeah, we
Okay.
Yeah, for my birthday we grilled a hog. I grilled a hog. And,
Yes, you, not we. You. Yeah.
Yeah, go back a few episodes. You can hear the whole story. Hog stuff, I think we called it. But it's I definitely set my grill on fire, and and it was all of 10 feet behind Stephanie. And she was
I just smelled a lot of smoke.
She was washing the
I was
windows.
trying to get ready for people coming over, and I was cleaning the back door, the glass on the back door, and
Next thing you know, I'm running out half naked.
you're running out in your underwear, just being like, "Do you not see that the grill's on fire?"
Yeah,
I didn't. I just thought it was extra smoky, and truly, my thought was, "Is this much smoke going to be here for the whole party? Because I can't handle this. This is not kind to our guests."
It was not the good kind of smoke.
To have smoke in everybody's faces. I didn't realize there were flames coming out of the smoker. Anyway, all right, we did talk about it. Moving on.
I don't think there's anything. Well, there is another fire incident. It's
Oh no,
but it's outside, so
that doesn't count.
I don't think it counts. I'll talk about it. This is not one I've vocally talked about, I think, to anybody.
Even me?
Well, I told the college boys. I think I had to have told you because my eyebrows were kind of gone.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's the eyebrow one, but
yeah,
I didn't know if there was a different one. Okay,
no, it's that one.
Go.
Yeah, so this, the first one we just referenced was on my pellet smoker. This one is on my gas grill, and I don't know what was going through my head. I get distracted.
No,
I do. Surprise. I get distracted, and but for some reason, I was crouching down and kind of like peeking into the grill. Like, you know, when you close the gas grill, like you can kind of see through.
Yeah.
And I think I was like looking for a flame. Maybe my igniter wasn't working properly at the time. I don't know why I was doing what I was doing, but
I think you were trying to ignite it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, definitely trying to ignite it.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember why I was looking into the grill, but the gas was definitely on for a little too long.
Oh boy, yeah.
And it was kind of accumulating inside the grill. And I was sitting there peering into the grill and clicking the igniter. I was clicking the igniter button.
While your face is close to the grill, you are clicking the igniter button.
Inches away. And all of a sudden it took. And all I remember is just a boom. And the lid of the grill literally popped open and closed.
Did.
Oh, yeah.
I shouldn't be laughing. This is scary.
And it's like all the movies. Like I saw the flames in slow motion, like coming towards my eyes. Oh my gosh. I was like, oh crap, this is not going to be good. And it happened. It was over. And I just smelled burnt hair. And I was like, oh gosh, how much of my eyebrows are gone? And they weren't totally gone.
Back.
They weren't totally gone, but they were definitely crispy for a long, long time.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And I'll say the worst thing that happened, like my whole face felt like I got a sunburn. It's like I definitely got a little crispy all over. And probably the worst
crispy all over.
The worst
like
thing,
a chicken.
Oh, I was like visibly red. Like I had a sunburn, but from the gas grill. But that like my eyelashes, my grill burn.
Wouldn't be a sunburn. It would be a grill burn.
But my eyelashes got burnt.
Yeah.
And you know when hair burns, it kind of like curls up and withers. And it was like Velcro. Like my bottom eyelashes and my top
I do
eyelashes
remember you
just
complaining about that.
They would like every blink they would get stuck, and it was the most annoying thing. So I literally just had to cut my eyelashes off.
What?
Because I couldn't stand the Velcro. I just had to clip my eyelashes off. So for a long time.
More things that a person should not do is take scissors to their eyelashes.
If it stops the Velcro.
Oh my goodness.
It was worth it.
Golly.
Yeah. So me and fire.
You tend to like fire.
I'm a dude. Yeah, I do silly things sometimes.
Not all
but
dudes like fire.
most of us do. But yeah, I think that's all with the fire. I think, unless you've got something else in mind.
No, I can't really think of anything.
Yeah, we set the hot pads on fire, singed my face.
I'm just thinking
burnt a spatula. Yeah.
2 more stories, but neither one involved fire.
What are you thinking now?
Well, there's the classic story that
I think you're
involves
talking
oil.
about. Oh, we could talk about that one now.
Do you want to talk about that one?
Talk about that one now.
Oh, this one's a tough one to talk about because this was horrible. So I don't remember what we were cooking, what I was cooking. I think I was cooking. Yeah,
you were.
It was my fault. But I was probably sautéing some sausage or something in a pan, and I had the vegetable oil out on the counter, and I put a tiny bit
like the big old gluggy containers.
Oh yeah, like the normal kind. Yeah, and it was a fairly fresh bottle. It was fairly full. So I was just putting a little bit in the pan, sautéing the sausage, browning it, whatever you call it. And we had a dog back then. Her name was Lily. She was lovely. And she loved
40-pound dog, so about knee height.
Yeah, she was a perfect size, but she loved to be right by the stove anytime we were cooking. She just was always there. She wanted to catch anything that dropped, just like a lot of dogs, right?
I'm not saying I'm a messy kitchen person, but she ate a few food scraps. When I was cooking.
Learned very quickly that if she stood around while we were cooking, she would get a couple things. So she was standing right by me while I'm sautéing the sausage, and the next thing I know, my hand brushed the bottle of oil, of vegetable oil. The entire bottle of vegetable oil falls off of the counter. It did not have a lid on it because I thought that I was going to use it again. Like I just kept using a little bit more, so I didn't put the lid on it. And I thought for sure I was going to use it again. So anyway, the next thing I know, the entire bottle falls on top of Lily. Like its first landing was on Lily's back, and then it fell to the ground, and there was oil everywhere. It was the most disgusting thing. It was the hardest mess I've ever had to clean up in my entire life. Like worse than baby poop all over things. Like this was infinitely worse than that. I don't know why. Probably because it's oil.
Oil on a dog.
Well, it was
a
terrible.
High energy dog. And she did not hold still.
Well, I'm so glad it wasn't hot oil.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. That would have been horrible. I'm so thankful for that. But she didn't. I remember she just kind of was like, oh, what's this? Like she didn't freak out. She didn't run around the house like crazy. But I instantly stopped cooking and just like picked her up, threw her in the bathtub, and tried to wash all this oil off of her. And it took a good 3 or 4 shampoos before it all came off, and trying to clean up the floor. Oh, it was just a mess to the point.
Not a fun time.
No, to the point where I never forget to put the lid on the oil anymore. Like
made a mark.
From that day on, I always put the lid on the oil because I am terrified of it falling again.
Oh yeah. Like, well, now we have little hands running around.
Oh gosh.
And grabbing things and knocking things over.
And a lot of times I put the lid on the oil and instantly put it back in the cupboard because I just can't. Yeah. I think of Lily almost every time I open the vegetable oil because of that. It was such a horrible. It took hours to clean all of that up. I'm not exaggerating. Terrible. Hours to clean all of that up. Oh,
it was a big mess.
She was a trooper.
She was a very smart dog and listens most of the time. Listens well. So
she did
okay, but it was
she,
still a dog covered in oil.
Poor dog. She was a trooper through the whole thing. But I was very tired that night when I went to bed.
I don't recall eating a nice meal that night.
I don't think we did. I think I gave up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really. Yes. Well, I think I only have one more story involving you.
Only one more involving me?
And the rest, yeah. Ooh, I don't have too many more stories.
What's another one involving me?
Well, it's a baking incident with muffins. Do you recall the Muffin Incident?
The Muffin Incident.
The Muffin Incident. This is, it's very, I would categorize this probably way above the oil spill.
I remember forgetting to put something in a muffin at one point.
I think you added too much of something. Or you substituted baking soda for sugar in a batch of
Was this
muffins.
recently?
It was fairly recent, yeah.
The banana ones?
I can't remember
I made banana bread recently. It
was definitely muffins.
I made banana bread recently that I may not have told you about this, but I did totally forget to put baking soda or baking powder. I don't remember, but I didn't put it in there at all. Oh no, that's not true. I'm just remembering. I forgot to put the eggs in there.
Oh, thanks.
I forgot to put the eggs in the bread. That's what it was. And I thought there's no way this thing's going to turn out. And it came out of the oven and it wasn't terrible. I still have it in the freezer as like a last minute effort for the boys to eat at some point. But
no, this was
muffins.
I would say this was borderline unpalatable. Like I think we threw.
I mean, I have a vague memory of this, but I'm trying to remember.
Okay, another instance you blocked it from your mind, but
yeah,
it was. All I remember is like very heavy baking soda flavor. Baking soda, baking powder.
Yeah,
I forget which one, but
it was too much of something in there.
I think you might have used tablespoons instead of teaspoons, or
I really don't remember. But I do have
the sugar with the baking soda. It was.
I do have a vague memory of this.
They were bad.
They were really bad. I remember tasting them, and it was like, oh, this is the worst thing ever.
And I think we started. Like we didn't try them, but we just gave it to the boys, and like they ate it, and they were like they
didn't want to eat it.
They were kind of fussy about it, and we're like,
eat your
food.
We're like, eat the frickin' banana muffin.
And then we tried, and we were like, oh, I'm so sorry, boys.
No, it was terrible. I do remember this. I don't remember exactly what I left out or what I put too much of it in, but it was like bitter.
It was bad.
It was really bad.
Just if you want to know what it tastes like, just like take a spoon of baking soda. And just lick on that for a little bit.
I don't remember. I probably blocked it from my memory because if I had to choose between cooking a dinner, like cooking a meal, and baking, I would much prefer to be a good baker. Like I would love to be. I would love to be more than an okayest baker.
You could start that show.
I would love to. Someday when I am not parenting 3 tiny humans. And they can manage themselves a little bit better. I would love to learn how to bake properly.
You know how.
Well, I do, but I would love to practice it more. I would love to practice more, and I would love to try different things. And I do love baking. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that's why it's blocked from my memory because I felt like a complete failure.
No. It was, like I said, you're managing 3 little kids, and
we all make those mistakes when we're
trying to bake and baking. We've talked about this on the show. I think I foolishly have said that baking's not hard.
What?
It's chemistry. So like you literally need to follow the instructions to the T.
Yeah.
And if you do that perfectly, it comes out fine.
But even if you do it perfectly, that's not true. It comes out okay.
Well, if you do it perfectly, it's great. But
I could make
if you mess up one little thing, 1%,
I could make the same muffin recipe as Mary Berry from the early days of the Great British Baking Show.
Mary Berry.
And hers would be so much better because she's had so much more practice. She knows, timing, and she knows like what things need to be room temperature, what things need to be cold.
But that's the chemistry, it's all.
I know, but that's stuff that I'm still learning.
It's ingredients, it's proper bakeware, it's
proper bakeware.
It's all the
anyway.
things. All the things. Yes. Well, unfortunately, I think we're down to probably the most painful of all the things on the list. And unfortunately,
I had nothing to do with this one.
I think these are all my stories from here on out.
Okay.
And I think there's only two. Are there
two similar
more than
incidences,
two?
right?
Two very
Yeah.
similar
I only
incidents.
remember two.
Yeah.
I was not present for one,
That's correct.
but I was present for one and I was not present for the other.
I would say the one you were not present for
Yeah.
was probably worse.
That's what I think too.
So we'll start with the one that you witnessed.
Okay.
Do you want to share the story?
I don't remember the story in as much detail probably as you do. I just remember you about cut your finger off.
It was close.
I think you nipped like you did take a little piece of your finger off for sure.
Not this time.
Was it your thumb or was
It was my
the
thumb.
next time that you did that?
This
Sorry,
was
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. This was my thumb. Yeah.
This was your thumb and this is when you cut your nail.
I was cutting up green bell peppers.
Yeah, but you cut through your nail, didn't you?
A little bit.
Or was that the next time?
No, that's this one.
That's this one. Yeah, you cut through your nail.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember.
Don't recall what I was cooking, but I was chopping up bell peppers.
Well,
and
probably for quesadillas or something delightful.
I was not using proper knife techniques.
Hadn't you just sharpened the knife too?
I was about to say I was using a very sharp knife.
Yeah, you had just sharpened those knives. I do remember that.
Yeah. A very sharp knife. And classic Chris wasn't paying attention. I was distracted by something and I was just yeah. Yes. And then just like all you know the feeling. You know the feeling, and I wouldn't say it cut to the bone.
Oh gosh.
No, it did
No.
not. It did not cut to the bone.
No.
So it wasn't that bad.
We should have said, if you're squeamish, skip this part.
There might be a picture somewhere.
Yeah, you need to find a picture.
There's
definitely a picture.
Definitely
somewhere.
a picture of story number 2.
I think there's a picture of this one too.
But it's not that bad.
It was bad in the moment.
There might be a scar. But yeah, 100% got a big chunk of my thumb, probably the center of my nail, and maybe upwards of a 1/4 inch of my nail, like cut through the nail.
Yes, I remember.
We only had one child.
Sliced your thumb.
We only had
off.
one child at the time.
Yeah, he was little.
And
probably about a year.
You ran next door. What'd you do?
Well, you cursed when you cut your finger, and you know, when I knew something was wrong instantly and came over to look, and you just like were holding your thumb with paper towel or running it under the water or something, and I was trying to help you, and
Just doing one of these. Get it above your heart. Give it pressure.
yeah, and I was trying to help you. And quickly realized, oh, there's a lot more blood here than I think we can manage with just like a couple minutes here.
Yeah, one paper towel was not enough.
Yeah, so I made you go, like I got you to the bathroom, I remember that, and had you sit down, and you kept saying things to me like, I'm feeling lightheaded. So I just jump into caretaker mode and
I get a little squeamish when it's my own blood.
well, I just jumped into like, okay, I need to take care of Chris, of you, because we might need to go to the hospital. Like I hadn't been able to see exactly how bad it was at
little
that point.
toddlers just.
And then Grayson, is just like running around, and we had the absolute best neighbor at the time, and
Absolute best.
she was basically grandma to Grayson, and and so I like run over to her house. She's right next door. I make Chris stay where he's at, have him all wrapped up, and I run over to her house,
Child in hand.
and I say, yeah, with Grayson, and I'm like, I'd basically hand him off and say, I need you to take Grayson for just a little bit. I don't know how long, but here he is. Chris about chopped his finger off. I got to go take care of Chris. And she, of course, was like, I got him. Let me know what you need. And then, I came back to you, and I had to do some damage control there with figuring out how bad your finger was.
It was
and
fine.
I do remember, I'd never seen you quite that white in the face. Like you just kept saying, I think I might faint. I don't feel good. And I just thought, oh, please don't faint while I'm Well, I'm not
It was
here.
one of those, like, you haven't eaten all day. You're making dinner.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you basically cut your finger to the bone.
I just
and
kept
like,
getting you water, and I grabbed you some crackers real fast and shoved them down your throat. And I do remember that. I remember
was
thinking,
fine, yeah,
please don't pass out on me, because
I can't even see the evidence.
I could not
So it
catch
wasn't
you.
that bad.
yeah, but it hurt.
It hurt.
Don't tell me it didn't hurt. It hurt.
It was definitely one of the deepest knife wounds I've given myself.
And we did not end up in the ER or urgent care or anything like that. I wanted you to go. You talked to your doctor friend who said you should have gone.
No.
Yes, he did.
Jeff? He didn't know.
I thought for sure you sent him a picture, and he was like, yeah, it probably would be a good idea to get that checked out. You might need some stitches. Was that the number 2?
We'll ask Jeff. No, there was no stitches that would help. Number 2. It was borderline, perhaps.
I thought Jeff had said you should go, but
he'll remember. We'll check with him. But I don't. We did not get stitches.
Anyway,
I did not get stitches.
Anyway, took care of you.
Yeah.
And that was another night we didn't actually eat dinner. Probably.
I think we threw away the bell peppers.
We didn't actually eat dinner that night because I was too busy taking care of you. And then by the time I got you cleaned up and like
Julia
in
fed
a normal thinking space and in a normal headspace, it was time to put Grace into bed. And so then we probably just ate pizza rolls or something.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Story number 2 is or the last story, we'll say.
Yeah, this one's bad.
Very similar.
Chris doesn't do well with knives.
I've only have 2 instances.
No. Yeah, I was gone. It was Easter.
It was Easter.
You
were working?
No, I wasn't working. I was with my grandma at her house.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
visiting her.
I was being a very kind, responsible brother.
Yeah, you were. Because your parents weren't there.
They were off on vacation somewhere.
Yeah, they were somewhere. Mm-hmm.
My brother was alone.
Yeah.
So I said, come over. I'll make you a nice dinner. And
boys' Easter dinner.
Brother's Easter.
How cute.
I don't know what the main course was, but I do remember I was doing like my favorite mashed potatoes. And just mashed potatoes, cream cheese. Oh, they were top notch. They were phenomenal mashed potatoes. I've got the garden, ran out, I grabbed some chives, and my brother Troy is like, he's already halfway here, maybe 3/4 of the way here. And the chives are just like going on top of the potatoes, and it's going to be like just the icing on top of the cake. It was going to be great. And I'm just dicing up these chives as fast as I could. I'm holding them like this.
Oh.
If you're watching, with my thumb and my forefinger, my index finger, and just tight pinch on the chives, and I'm just whack, 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 whack. And all of a sudden I remember that did not feel good. And again, it's that classic, there's an Anthony Bourdain quote. Oh gosh, I'll put the clip up somewhere here, but he's like, that classic feeling when you cut yourself with a knife and you're like, I'm such an effing idiot. Is like that's how it feels.
That was your first thought.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
100%. Yeah. It's like, I'm a freaking idiot because like, I'm holding the chives in a bad way, and I'm not using proper knife skills. Like, I'm not tucking my fingers back, using my knuckles like a shield. And this one left a mark. I've still got the scars. I've still
mark?
It's a little mark. I've got some numb spots on the tips of my fingers because
let's not discount this.
I definitely chopped off the tips of my fingers.
There we go. That's what we were waiting for.
100%.
He likes to say that he did not chop off his finger. You definitely chopped off part of your finger, Chris.
I mean, when it's...
You sent me a picture.
It was a
I'll
sliver.
find it.
It was a
I will
sliver.
find the picture that you sent me.
I've got the pictures.
And it was like a chunk was missing from your finger.
But nowhere close to the bone. So...
that doesn't matter. A chunk was missing from your finger.
We didn't use those chives either.
Oh gosh.
We still ate the meal. It was still a very wonderful meal.
Did you?
Minus the chives.
You don't remember what else you ate?
No, I forget. But the potatoes were good.
But the potatoes were good.
Yeah, but 100%. Yeah,
but I thought you said you threw away the chives.
We did. Oh, you didn't use the chives, but the potatoes.
But the potatoes were still good even without the chives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just,
Right.
the cake was good without the icing.
Never. No.
But no, 100%. There were 2 little pieces of Chris sitting on the cutting board with all the chives.
Oh, that's so gross.
So yeah, 100%. Yeah, had to just.
That is so gross.
Yeah. Again, yeah, the paper towel, hands above the heart. When my brother arrived at the house,
I wish I would have been there for this.
I said I might need a little help here with the chives.
Oh my gosh.
Actually,
what did he do?
I think Troy might have gone out and gotten more chives.
Stop it.
And used a different cutting board.
So he got it. He wasn't like
Perhaps.
He wasn't having you cut up more. He was cutting up.
I was done chopping vegetables at that point in the day. But yeah, without your 2 main fingers, I can't really chop vegetables.
So you still can't feel anything in that finger, huh?
Oh no, it's just like
There's
the corner.
still part of it that you can't feel.
Oh yeah, definitely the tip of my 4 index fingers.
What about the
totally
thumb?
numb.
Is it the same thumb?
It is. Oh yeah, because this is my knife hand.
Oh duh.
The right hand. The right hand doesn't have any scars at all.
So
it's left. Yeah, that has all the battle scars. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely sliced into this nail and these 2 fingers. Yeah, got a little haircut.
A haircut.
A little bit.
That's not the appropriate term here.
But again, it's nothing to stitch back. I mean, we could have kept the remnants, and I think they were too small to reattach again. And that's where I draw the line of like
reattach. So did you just throw away your finger?
Well, it's a little sliver of skin.
And you threw it away?
Oh yeah. Yeah, what else are you going to do with the little sliver of skin?
Go to the hospital and have them put it back on.
It was not that bad. Like, not for 1 second did I ever think I could have this reattached. It was just like, oh, I sliced off a little bit. We'll put a Band-Aid on and we'll go about our day. And that's where I draw the line of cutting a finger off. When I hear cutting a finger off, I think, oh, let's go to the hospital. Let's put it back on. This was not that. It was nowhere near that bad.
No, but it would very, very.
It was bad.
Much could have been.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One more length of chive.
Nope,
one more length of chive in.
No. Stop talking. Nope.
But it's never. It was not reattachable. It was not that much of Chris left behind.
Oh my gosh! I think I want to go throw up now.
There will be pictures, and this is your spoiler. If you don't want to see said picture, close out the window. We'll put the picture. Put the picture right here of my fingers. But right in. Was it that bad? It was not that bad. It healed up pretty quick, and
I'm glad.
I ate dinner with my brother that night, and
I'm so glad that you had a nice dinner.
It was fine.
Which was more painful, thumb incident 1 or thumb incident 2?
I would say the first one, the first story.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot deeper.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, the second story I think it just took a lot of the nerves with it. So it kind of, I wouldn't say it was
horrible.
It wasn't painless, but it was, not near as deep of a wound, I will say. Yeah. I don't recommend it. So,
have you had any kitchen accidents in the past 2 weeks?
No. Not of note. I would say the hog fire was the most recent kitchen accident.
Not a kitchen accident.
Cooking accident.
Mm-hmm.
I've been more mindful in the kitchen, especially with my sharp knives.
Well, that's progress.
It is. Yeah. We're learning.
Progress. And
we're getting better.
You are growing up. Learning how
it's about time.
To
we're growing up.
How to not chop parts of your finger off.
I'd like to keep the rest of my digits intact as best I can. So.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's all the stories we have. And honestly, that's about time for the episode. Usually we give a recipe at the end of every episode. Today, I think we're going to skip that.
Okay.
Nobody's hungry now. after these stories. And I will say we may just give a couple quick tips on kitchen safety.
Smart.
Obviously, watch your knife skills. Use your knuckles as a shield instead of your fingertips.
You know, they make these really cool things you can put on
My
your fingers.
parents bought me one of those, and I have not touched it.
They make these really cool things that you can
No.
put on there so that you avoid chopping your
It
fingers
is
off.
the most ridiculous, stupid kitchen gadget.
All right. Well, some people might find it useful and helpful. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean other people won't. So there you go, people.
If-
Somebody might want to listen, or somebody might want to try that.
If we still have it, I'll post a picture, but it is
I don't remember seeing it
not
lately.
needed.
Anyway.
I think I threw it away.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was an offensive gift.
Watch what you're cutting.
Watch what you're cutting. And I will say, we have not had. There's been a random fire here or there, but nothing major, nothing super flammable on the stove. But 100% watch your stove fires. Yeah, if it's a grease fire, we don't put water on grease fires.
Nope.
We put baking soda. We put a blanket. So watch your fires. Be careful. I would say clean your oven regularly, and I am not good at that, but my wonderful wife is very good at keeping the stove area clean. So there are no grease fires, crumb fires, things like that. So watch your cooking surfaces, keep them clean, and 100%. Fires are bad. So
Fires are bad.
Fires are bad.
If you take nothing else from this episode,
yes.
please just remember that fires are bad.
Get a good towel. You know, that's what I used a towel to put out the fire on my hogs. So
They make special towels.
they do. We don't have
I
one.
can't remember the name
We've got a fire extinguisher
of one, but I've thought of
close to the stove.
purchasing one of those towels.
It's not a bad idea.
Because they could come in handy.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire blanket, something like that.
Yeah.
We could use one of those. But that's all we got.
Yeah.
Stay safe. Keep cooking.
Yeah.
We'll
Or
keep you
baking.
posted on the cooking together. And Stephanie's Okayest Baker.
Okayest Baker.
We'll tune you in. That's all I got.
All right.
Cheers.
Bye, everybody.
That was good. You enjoyed it.
Yeah, but who wants to listen to you and I reminisce about whatever shit we want to reminisce about? Like, nobody cares. Nobody's going to listen to an hour of you and I talking about chicken corn on blue that you first made me. And
But they will.